Howdy, howdy, this is Blue Otter, and today we are playing Earth of Oryn. Would like to thank the devs for providing me with a key. This game is currently out in early access. This is a city builder. Let's go ahead and let's look at one of the missions. We have Branford, the Mountain of the Kings. Tutorial. The crow is sworn to teach every ruler, listen to its advice or ignore it at your own peril. Looks like... Does it... Yeah, it looks like it populates a new city each time, or a new map each time. So you just probably also do this to select your starting map. Looks like we have a nice coastline. Let's go ahead and play with this. All right, 12 settlers have joined the adventure. You have 3 iron gold at your disposal, plus some extra resources. Say, main goal is finish this tutorial. There is no time limit. All right, hello, dear. I'm the crow, flying in the sky. I've seen many men trample these lands. I'm here to guide you on this new adventure. So let's start. First of all, let's talk about your situation. You are located in the mountains of Branford. Let's pause real quick so that time's not moving forward while we're doing this. It's quite a nice place with the abundant lakes, pines, forests, and rocks. Be careful, there are freezing winters. So let's look at this real quick. This map, which we did kind of get to see a little bit of a preview. This is the most I can go out now. We can zoom out here. Is that our crow, buddy? Oh, that's an eagle. Okay. So there is our water. That's probably our lakefront. Got some nice pine forests. All right, let's hit next. The world is under the influence of unknown forces that may trigger unwanted behaviors. You can press on the button representing a bug at the bottom menu to open a panel to report a bug or send feedback. So that's right here. Again, this game is in early access, so we are going to expect possibly some bugs. Hopefully nothing game breaking, and know that it will be developed and hopefully fixed in a subsequent update. The dev has stated that they are going to be doing frequent updates. So anyway, let's go on to the next step. You will need to influence your citizens by gaining their trust right here and taking care of their happiness. You can check their overall opinion on the gauges located on the top right of the screen. So right up here. Looks like hovering over. High happiness will attract more settlers. That usually is how it works. Nice, good pull factor. 65% trust. They don't like wildlife. I'm sorry. You don't. I like wildlife. I like my little yard bunnies. On the right of the gauge, there is a panel with citizen count, unemployed citizens, and housing. Beside the gauge is a list of your gold and available items. So we have gold and available items, so your resources. Let's learn how to move around. Standard, which we've already done. We can zoom and rotate Q and E. Thank you for having Q and E correct. Cannot count how many times I've had to go in and rebind Q and E because it's backwards. All right, next. When new settlers arrive, they will want to have a place to live before doing anything else. Allocate some of your lands to be used for this purpose. Click on the zoning tool. I'm going to guess that is the flashing thing down here. And then select the housing zone with a little key. Increase the size of the selection with a slider. Okay, so you can choose up to 10 by 10. Click on the map and select tiles and assign them as housing zones. What if we do a 4 by 4 like right here? If we could do, yeah, we'll do something like right here. Oh, we need 150 housing zones. Wow. I don't know if we can do... Well, let's see if we can do it. If they want to build in the side of a mountain, you know, who am I to stop them, right? Let's do that. Okay, that's one section. I think we'll do... We'll do that. Your citizens know where to establish themselves. Next. You might want to pause or speed up the passage of time. So we have space button to pause, and then you can also do the fast forward. If I'm gonna do anything, it's gonna be on the regular. I'm curious to see, I guess they can build on the side of a mountain. Sometimes important notifications will appear on this panel. You can click on it to show its history. That's cool. And then just click somewhere else to take it off. Handling food production is important in order to increase your citizens' happiness and avoid them dying from hunger. Always try to have a sufficient source of food to be prepared for the unexpected. Click the build, do prefabricated button. Oh, here, it already selects it, prefabricated. Then you have infrastructure and environment. So that's like your decorative stuff. That's cool. Fabricated. Select a farm. Yeah, this looks like this is kind of a nice little area. So let's have a farm right here. They need rocks and logs, so we can speed this up. So they're building little tents. Okay. There we go. Let's grow some vegetables. In order to produce food, you need to define harvest zones. Use the harvest zones tool to start. So we're going to go to zone and harvest tool zones. So 20, let's do 5. We'll have... Okay, that should be fine. You will need more resources to expand your settlement. An easy way to start producing some is to build a lumberjack. Click the build icon, prefabricated button, and we have a lumberjack camp. We're gonna put this like right over here because that's... Now if we do R to rotate, okay, we can rotate. Do we have a door? I'm not seeing it. It's fine. We'll just do right here. Wait for your citizens to bring more resources to the construction site, and we just need to build the lumberjack camp. So if we hit 2, okay, so 1, 2, speeds up. Your settlement is attracting new people. 3 are on their way. All right. So that is built. You will need to select the trees you like to cut. Select the zoning tool. And we're going to cut the trees. Okay, so it looks like we can select, and we've got like this forest, or is it... Hold on. Can I zoom out just a little bit? Yeah.
Gone.
We've got just 5 trees. Now, you can accelerate processes by hiring more citizens for a job. Hire more workers to transport resources and construct buildings. Select your town center. Scroll to connections, select workers. Connections, select workers. There are 2 more slots, so basically just have 4 more people. There we go. Diversify your resources to be able to build other buildings. Stone is another key resource, so let's make a mining camp. Okay, so I'm gonna guess we go here. And we're gonna find a stone miner camp. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it highlights what you're gonna be able to mine, because obviously you want your miners to be near their resource. So let's go ahead and put a mining camp right there. And we're gonna speed up. Four settlers have decided to join. Can we rename our city? Nope. We cannot. All right, let's go back down to a speed 1. You'll need to select the rocks that you want to be mined. Default priorities. Do we just have a... How do we select them? Do we come here? Probably... Oh, mine tools. Yeah. Yeah, so we can just like literally do that. All right. Next. You might have noticed that your people are moving slowly. You can fix that by building roads. Faster citizens means higher productivity. I believe that would be here, infrastructure. So we have roads. I think it, now it doesn't specify what type of roads. We do have roads here. It looks like walls and fences and building parts. So a bit of modular building for this. Let's look. I'm actually leaning towards a path. The plank road would be nice, but that's going to be a lot of resources. And same thing with a road. So let's do... No, let's not do that one. Let's go here. There. And we can probably go to like have... I'm kind of wanting to build like a little bit of a square. Yeah, I probably need... Oh, can we get one more there? There we... Nope. There we go. Now I only needed to buy 10 roads, but I wanted to go ahead and get the... I'm going to splurge a little bit. Okay. Some buildings are specialized in researching new technologies. Let's build some to see what they can provide. We need a laboratory and an assembly. So I'm going to go back here. I need a laboratory, which we can place... Or we could do that, or... No, that's a warehouse. We'll put a laboratory and an assembly. If we do flip, can we do... Because it would fit if I could flip it. Let's just put it right there. Let's come back over here. I want road settlement is attracting 5 more people. That's fine. Something is already in place. Yeah, but you... Hold on. There we go. Bye. Okay, hopefully that fixes that. Next. A good way to make money is to set up taxes. It is easier source of income, but it may have other unwanted side effects. Yeah, like they don't want to do anything. We need to research tax in the assembly building. So we're going to open tech tree. Let's look at tax. Research citizenship tax in the assembly building. Now, I like the little line around there. And we're going to open this. We need citizenship. Oh, citizenship tax. Sellers will have to pay 2 gold to become a citizen. That's called a poll tax, is what that's called. And historically, you would have meeting houses that were originally like the tea houses and the coffee houses where philosophers would discuss ideas and stuff. Oh, I see someone in there. I do not see doors in these buildings. All right, an accountant couldn't be happier. Your citizens, on the other hand, yeah. Exchanging goods for money is key to your economy. Building markets will attract merchants. You can buy items you need from them or sell ones you don't need to them. If you can start by building a market to sell your spare wood and stone. Build a resource market. So let's come back over here. We have our stockpile, but I need a market. Here, resource market. We'll put it like right across from... Actually, I could do like 2. I could do that like there. I know I needed to only build 1, but 2 looked a little bit better. There we go. Now they can build that second one anytime they want. Next, configure your market to sell wood and stone. So what we'll do is we'll configure this one to edit wood sell quantity value. Oh, to sell 20. Okay. I was like, how much? So we could do maybe a little bit. And then we need to set the stone for also 20. All right, next. These lands are not safe. You will need to protect your population against external threats. Build 2 barracks. So we come over here. We're gonna have barracks. We need to build 2 barracks. I think we'll build one maybe like right. As much as I'd like to have one like right here, I think maybe right here. And maybe one. How much does these cost? 5 gold? Yeah, we'll put another one like right here. And we'll do... It's an eagle. I'll do another one like right here.
Oh.
So there's one barracks built. 18 citizens can't find a proper house. I literally have like a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I designated spaces for them. Hire 8 soldiers. I'm gonna guess we click on here. And then we just do that. That actually gives me 12. Okay, but if they need houses, do we have... Hold on, let's destroy that building. And then we can have the farm. Are they actually doing anything here? Default priorities. What is this? Task notebook? Okay, so they are living out of tents. A new citizen just arrived. You can get... Okay, at some point you might want to get more insight about your economy, people. You could get these informations in the dashboard panel. Open the dashboard menu. Okay, right here. Open... Hold on. Open social and open urban planning. Okay, so we have social... Yeah, they're looking for water. We need a well is what we need. And then we have urban planning. So different things. What is this? Open element. Okay. Yeah, data, and more data. Tutorial. Some buildings can research technologies to unlock buildings and improve some behavior. Check what's available in each building. Some technologies effects are specific to building, while others are universal. Select the laboratory and research carpentry. All right, so we're speeding up again. See, we're gonna do a road. Sorry, a path. So we'll just do like right here. Something's in the way. Yeah, it's... trying to do some roadways here. Settlers will arrive with some seeds, but you will need to buy or produce more seeds to increase your harvest. The seed market is a specialized building where seeds can be traded. Unlock it by researching the salesman in the laboratory. Is that... no, that's carpenter workbench, architecture, salesman. It should be called like merchant or something. So let's see, how quickly are we going? Let's try to research. Do we have citizens? Where is this plant? I feel like they could be at least tilling the land there. Build a seed market. We have a seed market. I feel like this should really be over here by the farm. But I also feel like it should go down here. So let's place it right there. Right here, we're probably going to want to buy. Oh, there's potato seeds and wheat seeds that we can get. Enemies that have been spotted heading towards your settlement. Prepare a defense with walls and a military. Okay, well, first off, let's get some plants going, or some seeds being purchased. Okay, we need walls. I think that's here with wall. No, this is walls. We could do a vertical log fence, vertical beam fence, log fence. And that's a door. Yeah, I mean, this is not necessarily the most savvy building. Can we do... okay, you can only do one direction at a time. That's fine. That's fair. Yeah, let's see. We cannot do diagonal. Okay, then we're just going to all right, we're just good. This is not to be pretty or anything. This is just literally proof of concept here. Let's have that. Definitely going to want to protect the farm, so let's have that. We're going to do a right there and there. I mean, we've got 12. Yeah, buy. So they need to install all that. So let's scrolling is just a little sensitive. What is pile of stone. Do we need another stockpile? We can do another stockpile. Do a couple stockpiles. Okay. Do that. Now we did get sack of potatoes. Okay, so we do have food. All right, I'm ready to defend. Defend your settlement. Select some units. Maintain control to make your cursor display combat options. Right click on the terrain or an enemy. Kill all enemies or 8 enemies alive. Where... Oh, our people are getting...
Oh, gone. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's one of our people. Yeah, they can't find proper houses because they're literally building tents. Where are these people supposed to be? These... Let's see. Control anything?
Gone.
I have nothing to target. I am not seeing anybody. I hear there's something. Are they up here? Oh, there they are. Right click on the terrain or an enemy. I can left click. Hold on. Okay, well that takes care of some of those. Can we... Remove tools. Clear ground. Yeah, let's... Can we destroy objects? There we go. Gonna destroy tents. Let's build some housing. Yeah, hopefully we can get that built before they have the tents in. Yeah, is this going through? We've got piles of stone. haven't figured out how to... Well, I haven't even found any of the... Oh, they're there. Maybe that's them?
Mm-hmm.
Right-click on a terrain near an enemy. Maintain control to keep your cursor over combat actions. Leaving. End of instructions. Okay, in fairness, I could not figure out what the combat. Because I was trying to click around and it wasn't doing that. So what happens if we continue? Okay, if we hit continue, we can just keep playing our little city. Let's at least leave them with some housing being built. So yeah, this has been Earth of Oryn, early access. I think you could probably get by with just having like a... like a maze. So yeah, so we have... But that finishes the tutorial. So I would also like to be able to select that. Let's see. We also... What's a tall house? Residence that can hold up to 4 people with a sleep rate of 2. Oh, well, I should have had that instead. Manufacture can be used to store. I think the assembly and the laboratory could probably be combined. Sanctuary, praise and worship to the gods. Okay, so this is like a temple. All right, so these are the available buildings that you have. Looks like we do have winter. What was my population? I have 34 people. Okay. Let's see. We have here. We have props and monuments. So a medium plinth, which you can place right here. Oh, cool. So you can place 2 of them on top of each other. Or you can do that with a larger one. That's cool. But I believe you do have to select... We'll do like this. You do have to select buy, which I am forgetting to do. For props... Requires fire. What other tech trees can we do? We can get fire. You know what? We probably... I think I just saw that there was a water. Order. Unlock technologies to maintain order. There's hydraulics. Does that open up new? No. Okay, so what did hydraulics do? New hydraulics buildings. New fireplaces. And we could do archery. Yeah, we'll just have this be like... Now we'll do this like right over here. And what else do we need? What else do we have that we don't have? We do another lumberjack camp. Like right there. I'd like to be able to get the tutorial window out of the way. Cut trees. We're just going to... all of these. And these can be gone, including these. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, this was the tutorial. There are... You can save. So other missions that are coming in. Experiments, where you can play as a sandbox. This is probably where it's going to have the strongest suit right now. Just because this is an early access and not all of the levels are... there. So you have a peaceful settlement, calm, forgiving, ideal for learning. Frontier challenge. So where you have different game configurations here in your map. A sandbox, no pressure, pure creativity. This would, I guess, be just creating your city for you. And then custom, where you get to make the rules, and you would have all of these options. Survival and sandbox mode. Civilization, there's only one civilization so far. I wonder if those are going to be ones that you have to unlock. So they have several different map configurations. Or map sizes. Low mountain is the only one that's available right now, and forest for the biome. Resources, so you could have scarce all the way up to luxurious levels. Citizen behavior friendly, that's always good. I like it when my citizens are just get in line. Environment, they have paradise, safe. I'm just curious if these show anything different on here. Dangerous. How dangerous the environment is for you. And then they have hell. So I think that might just be like really, really dangerous. Probably lots of wildlife. And, you know, just being able to play and have some fun. So setting, okay, they have where you can delete player data. I do like that option, having that option, because sometimes I want to start over. And you can't. Okay, so you can re-keybind graphics. Pretty cool. I did not have... I haven't noticed any issue with the frames per second. I think I saw some comments on that. Or at least I didn't notice anything major. And then the music. The music is actually pretty nice. So yeah, this is by a single deb, Elevard, published by Strayfawn Studios. They are the same publishers for several other games. The Wandering Village, Flotsam are two that I have also covered on this channel. Same publisher. And we'll go through and look through the credits. This appears to be, I guess this was on Kickstarter. And these were backers and backer levels. So pretty cool game. A lot of potential. especially for... I would put this as kind of a medieval Timberborn-esque type, where you've got a city that you're building, you have new settlers coming in, so maybe kind of a cross between Timberborn and Foundation. It does need a lot more buildings. When I did some of the research for some buildings, and I didn't necessarily see anything new unlock. I definitely need to have a well. I think the tutorial could probably benefit from going and not really starting with tents, but maybe like shacks, small housing that can hold maybe 2 people or something. And then you have a medium housing, and then large housing or something like that. So maybe that maybe is something that you research, and you can unlock larger housing units or better housing structures that you can get with more items. Because the resource is get stone, wood, build, defend, feed, basic mechanics. But yeah, I would consider this close to as far as gameplay. If I were to compare it to others, would be, I think Timberborn and Foundation would probably be a good cross between those two. Of course, I mean Timberborn doesn't have the like the raiders that are coming in, but which the raiders is a separate issue because I didn't quite get that figured out, but either that or it wasn't responding. But in Timberborn, you've got the bad tides. Now in Foundation, you can actually have where I guess you don't really have people coming in and raiding your village, but you do have like the king's request for you to send out patrols, and there is at least a mod where you have dragons. That's a different game entirely. This game, really interesting. I liked it. Like I said, a lot of potential. Kind of a city builder survival, which is kind of getting to be its own genre that I've seen. I know a lot of cities, it's like, yeah, you're building it to survive, but it's against resident happiness and tax revenue, so you can keep building. Whereas this is, you've got soldiers coming in, so you'll have the threat of external attack. I think I'd also like to see something more with the wildlife. Now, again, this is early access, so maybe that's just not added in yet, where maybe having a bear attack some citizens, especially if they wander off or they're by themselves and maybe they're unarmed. So that would also be a means of needing to have soldiers throughout so that they would actually protect the citizens from the wildlife. So yeah, pretty cool game. So let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day, and see you next time.